What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? This is my Denver Open IBJJF rounds commentary video. I'm still working out a format to make these a little bit more refined than my typical vlogs. So if you have any suggestions or ideas or criticisms, please put those in the comments below. I definitely appreciate it, and I will do my best to implement those in future videos. But going into the IBJJF Denver Open here, funny story is I've actually never won an IBJJF GI gold medal. I've competed a bunch of times: San Jose, Santa Cruz, Dallas, Denver, Boise, all over the place, right? And for whatever reason, I always have these monsters in my division, like number one ranked, whatever. So I don't want to spoil the outcome of this video, but you'll definitely want to watch to see what happens here. I was hoping that this Denver Open tournament would be the tournament that I could get that monkey off my back, so to speak. But again, I don't want to spoil it, so I'll let you watch the footage and enjoy my commentary. But just a little overview as to what my plan was going in. My goal was to pull guard early and quickly and then start threatening sweeps, right? If I get a sweep early, I want to start the match up on points, put the pressure on my opponent to make them score, and hopefully create openings for me to pass or threaten submissions and get dominant positions to eventually look for finishes. So that was my plan going in. I didn't want to waste a lot of energy wrestling. I do feel like I have a decent stand-up, but a lot of those guys in my divisions pull before me. So I prefer to pull first, pass once I sweep my partners, and put the pressure on them. So let me go ahead and just jump right into the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoy the commentary. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video, man. I appreciate it. Let's hop right into it. Here is round number one, and this is the Masters 1 Brown Belt Lightweight Division. My goal is to pull guard, like I said in the intro, so I get my grips and immediately sit, looking to set up my De La Riva. I elevate him a little bit, and I get my De La Riva X. My left foot's going across his hip, but his right knee slips right across my leg. This is a bad mistake on my part because right as he slips out, he starts threatening a pass, and he forces me to turtle. I'm lifting my right knee here because if he relieves any of his chest pressure, I'll be able to sit back to guard. But he starts to threaten my back, and in that motion, I'm able to turn my hips, trap his leg, and recover half guard. Using my right arm, I scoop under his leg, getting myself underneath his hips. And my left arm, I'm hiding under his leg to prevent any underhook or Kimura trap control here. And as I'm sitting in this position, I'm rocking my legs back and forth, and I feel his weight settle back towards his hips, which allows me to come up on a Homer Simpson style sweep. And initially I have double underhooks, looking for like a double under style pass, but I pull my right arm out trying to get to a chest to chest half guard, which actually allows him to pull his left knee free. And he's trying to get to close guard, which I'm really trying to prevent by keeping my elbows down. I make a mistake by raising my right leg, and he fishtails his leg out, putting himself back in the close guard here. The last thing I want is to be stuck in close guard for an extended period of time, so I start standing up, and as I stand up, he cuts his angle very well. He's trapped my right shoulder at this point, and he's starting to threaten a pretty tight armbar. So I'm trying to crush into him, create pressure, stack his armbar, and his guard opens, which allows me to pull my right arm out. He then threatens an omoplata, and we end up in a little bit of a scramble as I try to jump over his hips to settle a side control. He stops my underhook very well, though, and actually ends up scrambling on top, putting me in a side control bottom position, almost settling that pass, but he does get 2 points there. He doesn't get a pass because my right arm is weaved between his legs, and I use it to push his knee between my legs, getting me back to a half guard where I feel really comfortable attacking from. Having his one leg trapped here, it actually allows me to recover another deep half when he turns his hips to the right, lifting his left leg a little too high, which allows me to scoop under with my right arm and scoop under with my left arm, putting me in a pretty safe position. You can see here, he's trying to dig that left arm to create an underhook and threaten my position. But my right arm is so deep that he's unable to do so, and I'm just waiting for another opportunity. I'm still tired. The score is tied 2-2, but I know that he's going to make another mistake here because he keeps leaning back a little too far. So he starts to sit towards his butt, which allows me to get my double underhook position and come up on another Homer Simpson style sweep. Now this time I don't want to make the same mistake, so I'm grabbing his hips with both of my hands, and I'm trying to lift his hips to allow me to duck under one of his legs and go for that side control. I'm also reaching for his collar on both sides with my left hand or my right hand, depending on which angle I cut. But unfortunately, I'm not able to establish a pass or get over one of his legs, and he resets to close guard. The referee sets us here in the middle in close guard, and in this position, normally you want to posture up, but I'm actually keeping my chest and head low and my elbows tight to prevent him from sweeping me. I'm up points, and I don't want to take any major risks, which will allow him to get the score tied back up. But when he grabs my collar with his right hand, I re-grip his same grip, and then I work to stand up. And as I stand up, I feel his guard open for a second, but he locks it and chases me up top. He still has that collar grip, so now is where I take that time to break it, 2-on-1. And I immediately use my right hand, keeping the left hand on his grip, to break that guard, and I slide my knee through. You can see that I connect my knee and my elbow together. That makes it hard for him to recover back to De La Riva or put his foot on my hip. And my goal here is to get chest to chest, covering his hips, not letting him shrimp or bridge or get away, so that I can start threatening my tripod style passing from 3/4 guard. In this position, we start to get stuck a little bit, and I kind of hold on for dear life, just really preventing him from sweeping me. But you can see that my right arm is working up towards his head, trying to get crossface, keep him on his back. The more he turns on his side, the harder it is for me to maintain top position. So I'm trying to crossface him with the right arm and keep his hips locked in with my left arm. He creates some space as I try to do a little bit of a long step here, and he uses a butterfly hook to attempt a sweep. Now, I almost hip switch pass over it, but he catches my foot or my leg with his butterfly hook, and we end up half guarded on the other side. Now still chest to chest. I'm pinching my knees together, trying to keep that bottom leg trapped to prevent him from recovering close guard. And my right arm and my left arm are both covering his hips, just trying to keep him from shrimping. His goal is to escape, do anything, get to any guard here so he can threaten submissions. And with short time left on the clock, my goal is really just maintain top position. Now here, I'm able to get my hips switched. I've got a crossface grip with my left arm, and with my hips turned, my next goal is to free my knee line. He actually opens his guard for me, though, and I start to try a knee cut, but I can't quite get my knee free, and that pass is unsuccessful. In that scramble, he's able to get his right knee out, poking it through, and I'm just keeping my left knee as high as possible, because if he gets my left arm high and my left knee separated, he'll be able to recover close guard. Now right here, I'm completely comfortable. I know there's not much time on the clock, so we're just going to run the timeout. You can see me hooking his bottom foot, keeping him from pulling it out, because really there's no submission threats from this half guard position. Right here, he's still threatening to sweep me, creating bridges. I'm still looking for opportunistic passes, but I'm not taking any major risks. And at this point, it's not really much else to watch. The time runs out, and I get my first win in the tournament. Here is round number 2, the final, right? My strategy actually changed for this match. I saw my opponent pull guard in his first match very quickly, so I was actually going to try and jump over his De La Riva if he pulled again, but he immediately felt like he wasn't going to pull guard. As soon as we locked up grips, I was like, this guy's not going to pull. So I fake a little guard pull ankle pick, which doesn't even phase him. And now we're just grip fighting. I'm playing the out of bounds line just in case he shoots. He won't be able to get a score. So I'm playing the out of bounds, looking for snap downs, looking for just dominant grip control. And the ref ends up resetting us in the middle here standing. At this point, I can tell that my partner, my opponent, is not going to pull guard. So I get my grips and I immediately go for a jump, but my jump is terrible. My right leg stays on the ground, and he does to me what exactly I had hoped to do to him. He jumps over my guard, starts settling side control, and forces me to a turtle. When he gets one of his hooks in, I try to flatten my back to the mat and grab his head to try and get to a guard when he comes up, but he is chasing that back hard, and he ends up pulling me back to his right side, getting his second hook in and establishing his 4 points. So I'm down 4-0 here pretty quickly. And he immediately starts setting up tacks on the neck. Rear naked choke is what he's going for first. I peel his arm again, and then he hides it with his head and gets the choke. So it was a really quick match. Unfortunate for me that I made a really bad decision on that pull. This guy is a savage, so I'm not sure if the rounds would have gone another way if I'd done better, but I definitely had more jiu-jitsu to show here. There you have it, guys. Those are my 2 matches from the Denver Open a week and a half ago. Obviously, I did not get that monkey off my back, and I am still searching for a win in the IBJJF gi division. I plan on registering for the next one that I can find, which may be the Phoenix Open in July, is the most reasonable one for me to make to. So I'm already looking on the calendar, looking for new tournaments that I can sign up for. Like I said in an earlier video, I did do a submission-only tournament called Sub League locally this last weekend. That video is going to be coming out hopefully in another week or so. But my format in the videos are going to change a little bit. I'm trying to make them shorter. I'm going to try and cut and clip the parts that I think are the most important and not bore you with the stalling or the stagnation in certain positions. So keep an eye out for that. But really props to both of my opponents. That first guy was tough as nails. He was really hard to establish top position on, and it was very difficult for me to pass. I got close a couple times, but really not close enough to feel like I had a chance at settling. So props to him, and big props to that guy that beat me in the final. He is now the #1 ranked lightweight Masters 1 brown belt in the world. He double golded at Denver Open, so he won absolute division as well, which is super impressive. I think mostly submissions. His name is Norman. He's a stud. Respect, man. I have nothing but love, but I'm going to come for you next time. Hopefully we have another match. That being said, I'm moving down to featherweight for the Phoenix Open. I'm getting to a weight class that I feel a little bit more comfortable in, and those are my plans. But yeah, got things to learn. I really enjoy competing. I think it's a great way to challenge yourself. I feel like it tests your jiu-jitsu in ways that you're not going to experience in the gym. And I just like getting out there, feeling the nerves, feeling the energy, feeling the excitement, and I want to compete. So I've been a brown belt for a long time, 4.5 years. 4 years in June, which is coming up on a month here. So I've been a brown belt for a long time. This is the longest I've been at any single belt. So I really feel comfortable at brown belt. I feel confident. I have no problems competing against any brown belt, in any weight class within 20 pounds, really. And I'm excited to eventually get my black belt, but I know I have things to work on. So that's why I'm competing. I'm trying to sharpen up my skills and really just feel a little bit smoother when I transition. But hopefully you guys liked the video. Like I said, like the video if you did. It does make a difference for the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, comment below why, because I want to improve. And I appreciate you guys for watching. So if you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, guys, stay consistent. Go train.